In the CBS Democratic presidential debate last Tuesday night, there were 7 candidates on the stage. That is no longer the case. In less than a week, 3 of those 7 candidates have now bowed out: Pete Buttigieg, Senator Amy Klobuchar, and Tom Steyer. So what happens now that the field is narrowed to 4 main candidates? That's our topic as we go back around the table with 2 of our political analysts. Keith Schmidt was state director for former Republican Senator Rick Santorum, and Keith worked on Santorum's presidential campaign as well. On the Democratic side of the table is Joe Mistick. Joe has been involved in Democratic politics for a long time. He also writes a weekly column for The Trib. All right, we have 4 candidates left. 2, as we can say, maybe in the moderate lane. 2, as we might want to say, in the far left lane. If it's is that
I think that's fair.
That's
yes,
an accurate
indeed.
description.
Indeed.
But to the 2 of the candidates who dropped out, Klobuchar and also Buttigieg, and you say that in a way Buttigieg is still a winner.
Yeah, I think he's a clear winner so far in this primary season. A 38-year-old from a small town in South Bend, 100,000 people. Held his own at the debate stage, conducted himself honorably. I think as a gay American advanced that cause a great deal. One Iowa outright came within 1% of winning New Hampshire, but you have to know when to leave too. The largest runway of any candidate is Pete Buttigieg. He has 30 plus, 40 plus years ahead of him. So I think his timing in leaving now when he's still on top was brilliant.
Surely, one of the toughest things to learn in this business is when to step aside.
Amen.
Because your ego's all wrapped up in this. You're surrounded by people who want you to do better and stay in and fight to the end because that's what they want to do. And it's not always in your best interest. So I think he knew when to leave, and he left at the perfect time.
All right, so we have Klobuchar and Buttigieg dropping out of the race within 24 hours of each other. Who benefits more, Joe, Biden or Bloomberg?
I think Joe Biden benefits more, but think about this. When we get down to the end of this process, Donald Trump's worst nightmare would be Joe Biden at the head of the ticket with Michael Bloomberg's money. That would be a race.
All right, is that a fear for Republicans?
Oh, sure, it's a fear for Republicans. But the Democrats have to put their house in order right now. Their biggest fear is Sanders in general. And they got to get this field narrowed in a hurry. And Bloomberg, he's a factor spending 400-some million. But when we see Tom Steyer spend 20 million in one state and get 11%, you question whether it can be bought. Now, he could have a staying power, but in the end, you need delegates. And he better start rolling up delegates tomorrow, or the pendulum will switch to Vice President Biden.
Well, as you pointed out earlier, all you need is 15% to start getting some of the delegates
That's
in
right.
these different
That's right.
states.
That's a 15% threshold in each of these primaries. Until you get there, you don't have any delegates, and once you get there, you begin to acquire delegates. So I think Joe's in great shape. He's not going to win in California,
right.
But he just has to stay in the game. He has to be within striking distance, and he's poised to do that right now.
The good news beyond tomorrow's election is when we have the next debate, we're actually going to have some time to really examine the candidates. They'll have time to talk about issues. There'll only be 3 or 4 on the ballot, and that's when really people could start evaluating who they're for and who makes them, excited to cast a ballot in their direction.
Will Warren be in or out by the time of the next debate?
I think she's out.
I think she'll be out.
I think she's out.
Okay. All right, now we have about a minute to go. We've talked a lot during this presidential nominating season already about the possibility of a deadlock convention. With the candidates starting to drop out and the moderate lane starting to open up a little bit, will it still be a deadlock convention?
Well, we can have a brokered convention. That's not necessarily a bad thing. On the second ballot, the superdelegates jump in, and that's probably a good thing too. This starts so early. There are a lot of people out there who voted for candidates who are no longer even in the race. So you have to have some way to resolve those kinds of problems when you get to the convention. The superdelegates help you do that.
If Biden scores a comeback tomorrow and Warren stays in, then it's going to be a real tough first ballot. So I think there's a real chance for a brokered convention. It all depends on if this comeback for Biden is real.
As a Republican, do you want to see a brokered Democratic convention?
No, I'd love the Sanders to get it on the first ballot.
just as I said, Stacy. Didn't I tell you that?
Exactly.
Didn't I tell you that?
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. We hope that you join us again tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting day as we talk with you about the what's happening. We're going to talk again with you guys on Wednesday, I should say. Also, reminder, tomorrow night, CBS coverage of Super Tuesday, and it's going to begin at 8 o'clock on CBS right here on KDKA-TV as the results start to come in.